My favorite series from WizKids is also one that is more or less completely under the radar of most folks, I think, and that is the Pathfinder Battles Iconic series. This is the 11th entry in that series. Now, why is this my favorite series? Because these boxes contain arguably the coolest, most detailed, and best painted PC minis that WizKids makes. They're generally based on the art by the legendary TTRPG artist Wayne Reynolds, whose character art is just tremendously detailed. Despite being a YouTuber, I don't think I'm one for hyperbole, but you need to see these minis. And of course, many thanks to WizKids for sending them our way. Before we jump in though, if you didn't know, we started releasing absolutely free new monsters and magic items every week in a series we call Bonfire Bites. You can find them on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and did you know that we have our own subreddit at r/thegallantgoblin? It's okay if you haven't heard about it because I don't think I've ever mentioned it before because I'm a marketing genius. But the items and the monsters have both D&D 5e and Pathfinder 2e rules, so you can use them in either or both games. Go check them out, but anyway, right now, let's jump right in with the Pathfinder Iconics Hero Set number 11. Today's video is brought to you by Hit Point Press. The Imperfect sale is going on now. Get Imperfect animated spell decks, condition decks, the Deck of Illusions, and the Humblewood book or box set today for a massive discount. Supplies are limited, so be sure to check it out now using the info icon in the corner or the links below. Starting off strong with Droven, the iconic Half-Orc Inventor. Now these characters have pretty complete backstories that I'm going to link for you down below, but I want to take this time to briefly tell you about the classes they represent. The Inventor class, among other things, has a primary invention that they shape and refine throughout the course of the adventure, either a suit of armor, a weapon, or a construct. Droven here has a construct that we're going to talk about next. I love this mini. A half-orc tinkerer or inventor is such an off-the-wall idea for a character. The inventor class can be found in the Guns and Gears book. Droven's little construct companion is Whirp, a little robot that looks like a goblin. This is the kind of mini and character that you could drop into so many stories. Maybe it's a wizard's construct companion or a gnome's little clockwork invention. Maybe it's an actual goblin that somehow got magically transformed into a construct. No matter how you introduce it, a robot that looks like a goblin is going to be a character that your players are going to remember. Mios is your iconic human Thaumaturge, and one of the most impressively painted WizKids minis I've ever seen. Just look at all that writing on his clothes. The Thaumaturge is a martial class that uses charisma as its ability score. They collect all sorts of magical and mystical knickknacks, which they use to target enemy weaknesses. If you're looking for a melee class that's also the face of the party with lots of room for Constantine-like roleplay, the Thaumaturge is for you. This really is the most Wayne Reynolds mini we will probably ever get. The Thaumaturge can be found in the Dark Archive. Nhalmika is the iconic dwarf gunslinger. In Pathfinder, dwarfs are a logical choice for your gunslinger characters, as it was originally dwarves in Dung and Hold who refined black powder into a form that could be used in the first firearms. In Pathfinder, your gunslinger might be a pistol-wielding duelist, a Ronin-style drifter with a gun and a blade, a long-range sniper, a magic-slinging spell shot, a melee-fighting triggerbrand, or a heavy weapon siege engineer vanguard. And again, a really detailed mini here. The gunslinger can be found in Guns and Gears. Thaleon is the iconic elf psychic. The psychic pulls their magic from the subconscious mind. Their key ability score is either intelligence or charisma. They have a reduced pool of spell slots, but make heavy use of cantrips, which they can choose to amplify at the right moment. It's a versatile class where your ability to strategically deploy resources like focus points can make all the difference. And this mini isn't quite as specific as our previous ones. I think this could really be a colorful spellcaster of any sort. The psychic can be found in the Dark Archive. Finally, we have our all-grown-up Yoon, the iconic human Kineticist. If you're a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, this class is inspired by those elementalist benders. They're essentially casters, but they don't rely on things like spell slots or focus points. So if you just want to sling spells all day without having to beg your group for an early night's rest in order to have fun again, this class might be for you. There are 6 elements to choose from: fire, water, air, earth, wood, and metal. You can choose to focus and develop any number number of them over the course of the adventure, giving you some really diverse build options. The Kineticist class is also the only one here to be fully compatible with the most recent remaster, and you can find it in Rage of Elements. Now, previously, Paizo released some character sheets for their iconics, so you could grab the mini and then just jump right in and play that character. But they haven't released any for the more recent iconics like these, at least to my knowledge. But there are several fan-made ones out there, and there's a pretty nifty little Foundry module that has tokens and character sheets for all these iconics, and I'm going to link that for you down below. And as far as the minis go, it is the second week of January here, and I am adding several of these to my best minis of 2024 list. These are going to be setting the standard for the year. All of them are fantastic, but the Thaumaturge and the Inventor jumped out to me for their quality and their creativity, and maybe it's partly because we're still gearing up for an Alkenstar Gunslinger actual play, but the Gunslinger mini is just iconic. It looks great. This is a great set of minis, and it continues to be one of my favorite lines from WizKids, and a lot of that credit goes to Wayne Reynolds for the amazing character design. And that is the last of the current crop of iconics that we were lacking minis for as well. But our next two iconics will be released in the War of Immortals book coming out later this year. We'll be getting iconics for the brand new Animist and Exemplar classes. And if you want a sneak peek of those classes, the playtest documents are out now. You can go give them a test drive for free. They're also available on Foundry and Demiplane, and I'm going to throw those playtest links down below for you as well. Iconics set number 11 is available now for between $45 and $50. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Are you as impressed with these as I am? And also be sure to check out the animated spell cards from Hit Point Press at their store. And remember that we're making our own custom spells for you to pair with the cards in the Animated Spellcraft Volume 1 deck. You can find those for free over at gallantgoblin.com/spellcraft. And don't forget to check out those free magic items and spells in our Bonfire Bites series as well. You can find them on these sites or on our shiny little unused subreddit at r/thegallantgoblin. For now though, please stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.